So my second question is, from what I've experienced in the past, sometimes you can tend to not be that open and fail to take advice and constructive criticism well. Have you worked on improving that at all? And how do you plan on dealing with those flaws while having a brand new leadership position, one that will require the ability to be open and listen to others' advice? So first and foremost, thank you to whoever asked this question. To anyone that was worried that I felt attacked, no, don't worry. I don't see this as an attack on myself. I see this as a legitimate concern. And I think it's good to have concerns about who your leadership is. But, so, here at Asuncion, we strive to have a system in which we're holding each other and ourselves accountable for our actions. Being on eBoard this past year, you really learn how to separate your working relationships with your personal relationships. And I know that this is not something that I should take personally, but something to consider professionally. By addressing concerns like these, we're able to start to take steps towards fixing them. So as I've said in my Q&A, one of my biggest challenges coming into board was transitioning from being a general member to an executive board member. I wasn't an intern or Kasama rep my freshman year, so I didn't have the perspective coming into board about the seriousness of this responsibility that I do now. If you ask senior e-board members, in the beginning of the year, a lot of us new board members were constantly freaking out and asking Nikki about how to do the smallest things. We literally had an entire thing about what to wear for our first gen meeting. And, I don't say this to say that, hey, I'm not the only one messing up, why target me? But just to show that transitioning general members into eBoard is something that we can and should improve upon. If I slipped up, sometimes it really did take someone calling me out on it for it to hit me wow, you're right. As an eBoard member, I should be better. Not just for me and my personal growth, but for this org. Because in being a better leader, I am doing what is better for this org. I know that my opinions are valid, like anyone's opinions are valid, but at the same time, they're open to disagreement. I won't detail the times that I have slipped up, but in recognizing them, I do return to the problem and address it, and I try to become more conscious of my actions from then on. So to directly answer this question, yes, I am aware of the things that I need to work on myself. I'm not perfect, but I'm working on it. And sometimes, it really does take someone holding you accountable to make you realize, wow, okay, I did mess up. And I think that that's okay and that's human. If there are any other mistakes that I'm not aware of, then I want to be aware of them. If this is what it takes to serve you guys better, then that is my priority, not sparing my feelings. Again, if I'm growing into a better leader, then it benefits the rest of this org. Strong leaders create a strong org. I do wish that I had held myself to a higher standard right off the bat. And honestly, I am sorry if I've ever let anyone down in making these mistakes. But at the end of the day, I think it's a good thing that I made those mistakes because it helped me grow. And in turn, it has become one of my goals, if given this position, to help transition future e-boards so that we don't make the same mistakes that I did. Because not only will minimizing those mistakes help us to have a more effective and efficient e-board, but it's going to help future e-boards when they transition into their position as well. It's going to make sure that when people are in e-board, they have a positive experience and that they don't come out of e-board feeling like they just did a disservice, that they just had a bad experience. We don't want anyone coming into Asuncion feeling like they had a bad experience, member or executive board member. Thank you.